Hey, I heard you like functions. Well, let's just get into it because functions are great. Let's go ahead and define something. In Python, we use def to create a function, and then we put the name and then the parameters list. In this case, we're going to say print stuff, and then we're going to print. Let's just print some stuff. All right, let's go ahead and run our code. And nothing's there. That's because we just made the function. We didn't actually call it. So let's go ahead and print some stuff. Wait, nothing happened again. Well, that's because in Python, we're going to need to add our parameter braces. And there you go, boom, it works. In the case of parameters, however, they're very simple. All we have to do is define the count of the parameters. In this case, I'm gonna say name. And then I'm going to say y. Hello, Mr. Name. All right. And then here, we're going to define it with Joe. Let's go ahead and run our code. Hi. Hello, Mr. Joe. The nice thing is, of course, we can add some user input and change that Joe to whatever the user inputs and all kinds of fun stuff. But for now, that's just a very simple function and a very simple parameter. Calling them is very easy. We just treat them like a built-in function, and creating them is easy. Is there anything that's strange? Well, we can return values too, and unlike other languages, we don't have to define what the return value is. So we don't have to say, void def for non-returns, or we don't have to say int def to say that we're returning an integer or anything along those lines. We can look at these things at kind of almost face value, and just expect them to return something. Another thing to do would, let's say we want to rework this a little bit. Why, hello, Mr. plus name. And then we're going to return that variable. And then we're just going to call this stuff now. And we're going to print stuff. So let's go ahead and run it, and you'll see now we get a similar output. There's no space there. I know, it's terrible. But what we've actually done is we've created a function here that generates a string and then returns the string, and then all print does is print strings. So we've nested a function within the print call. It's common to do. You'll see a lot of this in things like PHP. But this gives you a lot of kind of control over recursion and whatnot. And that's the basic gist of functions there. You don't really have to do much more with them. They're very straightforward, easy to use. And of course, you'll be getting a lot of kind of special, high quality pre-made functions when you start including libraries and whatnot, which we will get into in the future. I hope you learned something, and I will see you on the next video because you'll be there, right? All right, good.